I think the Reddit rumors are true. The Smith & Wesson CSX does exist. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Kind of came out of nowhere, but the Smith & Wesson CSX, I believe today was actually kind of a media launch, so you'll see a bunch of reviews pop out here. I ended up buying this from a local gun shop here in town. I just saw it and I was like, wow, that's unique. I've only heard rumors of something coming out like this on Reddit, actually. I think it was leaked a few days ago. So I can give you my honest opinion on this. It is just total garbage. No, I'm just kidding. It's actually really, really nice. It's a single action only. Smith & Wesson takes their namesake from the Chief Special line from years back, and it has an X on the front just to make it a little bit cooler for 2022. But again, single action, hammer fired. Everything on here is ambi, from the mag release to the slide release to the safety, which is a manual safety, and how you're going to carry this is kind of a cocked and locked. And if you lift that safety up, it allows the slide to go back and forth, kills the trigger, safety off, you're good to go. Very new and unique offering from Smith & Wesson, and the best part is it's kind of fitting in that line with the Micro 9s, like the SIG 365, the Shield Plus, of course, and all the other ones that are kind of going for this market. 12 round capacity, as well as a 10 round mag, a little bit more flush fit on there, but it feels great in the hand, and it has a nice thin steel slide, high bore axis on there with a beaver tail, aluminum frame, removable back strap. And I gotta say, I'm really, really liking it even after just a couple hundred rounds at the range so far. Let's take a closer look at the CSX. Here's what you get when you get one of these. Of course, you have your signature Smith & Wesson blue cardboard box, no fancy case or anything. Open it up. You have your CSX right here, 12 round mag. In here you have a 10 round mag. The only difference is going to be it's just going to be a little bit shorter by about 1/4 of an inch from the 12 round mags. You can kind of see that there. And then this one has a collar, whereas this one has a little bit of a different base plate with the 10 round. So 12 round is probably the way to go, honestly. You don't really gain too much length on the grip to really make a difference for concealed carry. But if you want to be optimal, you can do this, and again, maybe a little bit, 1/4 an inch or less or so. And then in here, you also have a back strap, removable right here. You can see that right there. So you can choose which one you like better, as well as a reversible ambi mag release right in here. Kind of nice, added that in there. And some random pusher right here. And then underneath here, typical blue padding, lock instructions. Quick close up here. Empty, of course. A couple hundred rounds through her already. You can see the ambi slide release each side, ambi mag release, reversible, and that's what this is for right here, to switch it over. So it has a nice all-together unit here. Kind of different than your typical Smith & Wesson M&P series, so very unique setup. It does take a lot from the M&P with the removable back strap, some of the slide serrations forward and back. Very nice purchase there. Similar to the M&P, but different. Definitely a nice modern spin on these smaller 1911 style handguns. And the CS, I believe it stands for Chief Special, which used to be an old Smith & Wesson, and then X just makes it kind of the new age, right? 2022. Quick defensive ammo test. Winchester USA ready, 124 grain, 9mm plus P ammunition. Kind of new to this stuff right here. I like Federal HSTs more, but those are unobtainium. So I found some of these to test with the CSX. But first, let's run 10 rounds of this 115 grain CCI Blazer, which is what I've been running this whole time. Left target, Blazer. Right target will be the hollow points. Let's see how she does. 7 yards. It is a weird trigger, by the way. You might have saw I didn't reset it all the way, and that's because it's just a weird trigger in general. All right, Winchester USA ready. Here we go. Right target, 7 yards. That stuff packs a punch. Definitely more recoil there with a Winchester, but still pretty good. Definitely have to get used to that. So you do need to train with the ammo you carry because it's just going to feel different. It's going to hit different depending on how you actually are holding the handgun and kind of get a feel for that particular ammunition. So unfortunately, this stuff is expensive, but if you're going to carry hollow points, you're going to want to train with them to make sure you can kind of clean up your groupings a bit. Trigger. Kind of a weird little dongle there. Let's do it together. Kind of a fake reset. You can see right here. It's like a little click right there. Then a full reset. So that could kind of be a little bit of a fake out. It's kind of a long travel for the reset. So I'm thinking that you could potentially have to get used to that. Because you might be like, oh, it's ready to go. But you have ways to go. So again, training could be something to do. Just to kind of get a feel for that. Takedown. Very interesting. So first, make sure she's unloaded, no magazine in there. And what you're going to want to do is you can put the safety on if you'd like. You don't have to. So what you're going to do, pull this back about 1/4 of an inch to where that first notch lines up with this takedown right here. Make sure it's perfectly lined up with that first notch in there, right there. Take a punch and simply just push all the way through. The slide release pops out the other side. Slides off just like so. It was bone dry when I got it, so I ended up putting a little bit of CLP on the rails. And now you're kind of similar to your typical M&P, except with hammer fired. It does kind of suck that it is not toolless though. I would have liked to see maybe a way to like just push it out with your finger or something, a little bit more toolless of a takedown for field stripping. But potentially like a 5.56 bullet tip could work as well. Reassembly, fairly simple. Put it like that. There you go. There's a spring. There's nothing really to kind of hold it from going back and forth. Try to get it centered. It's going to help. Put it back on your slide. And then kind of go the opposite we did before. Hold it back about 1/4 of an inch there. And then you're going to want to make sure that that loop on the barrel is perfectly aligned. If you can see in there, it's going to be kind of hard to tell. Take your slide release here, pop it in, good to go. New gun, so I figured out what this actually is for. I mean, you could have potentially used that to push this out, but it's actually a tool to get the grip backing off. So you push this plunger up here, so I can do it. Push the plunger up, and it's a spring in here that lets you pull the back strap off. Never seen that before. Usually it's like a roll pin or something. So I'm glad I looked at that. So this makes it, this one's even weirder. So check this out. So this is the big one that comes on it, covers the full frame. This is the little one that comes on it, which is interesting. So I can pop it in back into place. Maybe a punch just to push this plunger in for a little bit. There you go. Check this out. So this makes it so it's even smaller. I prefer it to fill the hands a little bit. This is kind of an awkward setup. So you can see what it does there. It kind of eliminates these on the side here. I don't know if it really helps. Makes it a little bit more narrow. Could just use the punch for all this stuff, honestly, but I guess it's cool to give you this little piece of plastic here. So push this, pop it out. Take this one in, which is probably the one I'm gonna go with anyway, as I do like how it fills the hand. And this does not have like a ramp. Oh, there you go. So this one doesn't have a ramp that kind of slides in very easily, but this one does. So honestly, like anything else, it's gonna work its way in a little bit better. Even this slide release was really hard to manipulate when I first got it. Now it's really loosening up, which is good. It's breaking in a little bit. Backed up to about 30 yards, and I'm almost out of the 200 rounds or so that I brought for testing. Let's do it. Just for fun, for science, right? You know, I've always thought the Smith & Wesson sights are a little wide, and these are kind of the same thing. Those 3 dots are just not my favorite for lining up for accuracy, but they work at close distance, so what are you gonna do? Let's take a quick look at some other popular models here. CSX versus Shield. 13 round mag in the Shield, 12 round mag in the CSX. See that there. Smaller footprint overall than the Shield. About the same, if not a little bit thinner. There's the different sights as well. There you go. SIG P365. This kinda is about the same size. If you look at that there, 12 round mag, 12 round mag. Sights, I really wish they would have put some night sights on the CSX. And the big one, mag's out. Everything's unloaded as usual. Turn the scale on. CSX unloaded. 17.4. Shield Plus unloaded. 18.2, so just a little heavier. SIG P365 unloaded. 16.4, almost a full ounce lighter than the CSX. So it gives you an idea kind of where this falls in. That slide release is getting a little better. When I first got this, that slide release was real stiff. Almost reminded me of the original Shield, but this one seems to be getting much better, much easier to use. Ambi works just fine. Yeah, I actually am really liking this so far. I'm gonna do at least 1 or 2 more reviews on it. I think the takedown is kind of unique, so I might do a separate video on that, because for one thing, for myself, having just got one of these before even the media launch, I didn't really understand all the features and what came with it. There's some unique things like how to take the back strap off, how to take it down, just kind of a little bit different than other firearms I've seen in the past. Even like a 1911, which this takes heavily from, is still different. There's no bushing or anything on the front there. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do at least one other review comparing this directly at the range with the SIG 365, the Shield Plus, and just kind of see how it holds up now that you know the size and weight differences and kind of how it fits into that category. And I'm also gonna might do a little review on maybe the takedown and of course maybe a cleaning video or something to show you guys for any new owners out there. But for a concealed carry handgun, even if it doesn't have a rail for a light, or maybe it doesn't have any night sights yet, I think it's a good package and very reasonably priced as well. You're well under the $600 range, and for an aluminum, more premium option pistol like this, I think it's a home run for Smith & Wesson. So thanks so much for watching, guys. As always, if you have any questions or comments below, feel free to hit them down in the comments section below. I'll be happy to answer them. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up, really helps me out. Head over to Instagram, follow me there, like us on Facebook for all the latest and greatest deals on the internet. And we'll see you guys in the next review. That trigger might need something to it. I don't know. Just practice a bit more. Make sure you get past that reset, because that reset is weird.